A Spark Primer. Volume 1 Energetic Exchange Modalities Review and Exercises. An introduction, disclaimer, warning, and the primary objective of this course. Introduction. The author's intent for this primer is to provide knowledge of some basic principles regarding the nature of reality as remembered, experienced, and tested by the author. Disclaimer. This primer is not intended to provide every answer from every aspect or perspective of the cosmos, nor it is intended to be used as a reference for absolutes, treatise, or dogma. Warning. This course is not meant for general, casual, widespread distribution. It is recommended that this be used only as a tool under guidance and support with a trusted spiritual guide or advisor. All spiritual journeys are unique. If the information presented is not currently relevant to your personal journey, it can distract, deter, or derail important transitions in your spiritual path. If you have any reason to suspect that your spirit guides or spiritual advisors are telling you not to move forward, stop, close and delete this file, and focus on the spiritual path already set before you. Objective. A Spark Primer Volume 1 Lessons 1 through 6 are prerequisite to these exercises. The primary objective of this course is to review the concepts of energetic exchange modalities as covered in Volume 1 and provide exercises for practical application towards the path of self-realization. We will refer to energetic exchange modalities as EEM. Table of Contents. First, we will review the definitions of the two states of energetic exchange covered in Volume 1. Our first exercise will be to review scenario examples utilizing a model for analysis. Your facilitator for this course will work with you to provide examples in which you can best relate, so that it can be used for the future observational analysis of any energy exchange you may be experiencing. Next, we will review the concept of the life script recapitulation process. We will call this an LSR for short. Essentially, it is an exercise performed while in a state of meditation to help analyze experiences of your past, the EEM. Behind it, the effect on your physical and astral bodies, and the application of your source energy to transmute the residual energy potentially still in motion to a state which is in symbiosis with your spark. The next exercise, Exercise 2, will be to pick one personal LSR to work with. We will then discuss the concept of using source energy to transmute the residual EEM in order to bring about a state of symbiosis which will align with your spark. Concepts of the individualized use of tools to help focus intent for this process will be discussed by your facilitator. For Exercise 3, you will complete your chosen LSR process with the assistance of your facilitator of this course. In Exercise 4, we will discuss how to analyze possible transmutation paths. It is possible that each path is as unique as the frequency of each individual spark. Spiritual guides and your facilitator may help point you in the right direction, but this is something that each individual must find for themselves. In our last exercise, we will discuss what potential positive effects that the LSR process chosen can have on your physical and astral minds and bodies. This illustration is a symbolic representation of a symbiotic energy modality. Symbiosis is defined as a relationship in which each provides for the other the conditions necessary for its continued existence. As it moves, it changes. As it changes, it moves in a constructive cycle. Life sustains life. This illustration is a symbolic representation of a mensalistic energy modality. A mensalism is defined as a type of interaction where one is harmed or destroyed while the other either benefits or remains unaffected. As it moves, it changes. As it changes, it moves in a destructive cycle. One has to die for another to live. Exercise 1 Scenario Example Analytics. At this time, you will pause this video to complete Exercise 1 with your facilitator. This is a summary of what we will call the Life Script Recapitulation Process, or LSR for short. First, you will attain a physical meditative state with the assistance of your facilitator. Second, you will select a specific LSR for review. Your facilitator will help guide this process. It is typically most effective to select something that causes negative physical or emotional triggers in which you have desire and intent to address. The third step will be to perform a pre-evaluation of the energetic exchange modality of the energy associated with the selected LSR. How does it move? How does it change? What part, if any, is symbiotic in nature? What part, if any, is sacrificial in nature? Your facilitator will help guide you through this evaluation process. The fourth step will be to perform what we call a why inquiry process. Your facilitator will help with this process. You will analyze the potential why of actions taken by yourself or others. The formula for this process will be I did X, because why? Or they did X, because why? You will then drill down up to 5 times asking the why regarding the determined why variable. The fifth step will be to reevaluate the energy exchange modality of the LSR after you have performed the why inquiry process. Has your perception changed regarding the EEM? How does it change? How does it move? The sixth step will be to seek the path for the transmutation of the EEM to be symbiotic in nature. Step 7 will be to initiate the transmutation process. Then lastly, for step 8, it is highly likely that your astral body may also have core residual energies associated with other astral placements or projections. Initiate the same transmutation to those extensions as well. Exercise 2 Pick one LSR scenario. You may pause this video now to work with your facilitator in the selection of an LSR to work with. Your facilitator will now review some basic concepts of alchemy, transmutation, and magic. These may vary by individual based upon your life experience and organic energy field. It is important that this be a symbiotic process with the facilitator to be most effective. You may pause the video at this time for this purpose. Exercise 3 Complete LSR process for chosen scenario. Your facilitator will now work through the process with you. The 8 steps provided are a basic guideline and should not be viewed as dogma for strict adherence. If the process is not smooth and organic, then it is not working efficiently. Your facilitator has experience to know how to move through the process organically. Each individual is different. The purpose is to help guide to the realization of an active non-symbiotic energy exchange and to convert that energy exchange to a symbiotic state. The end result is to help reduce overall cognitive dissonance and bring you to greater alignment with your source spark. You may pause the video at this time. Exercise 4 Analyze possible transmutation paths. With the support of your facilitator, use this time to reflect as to other possible paths to initiate the conversion of the EEM that you have identified. You may pause this video now for this purpose if needed. Exercise 5. Analyze effect on physical and astral bodies to symbiosis and impact to spark. Take a moment to reflect with your facilitator as to what you may be experiencing. Expression of intention may help facilitate a more effective energetic exchange transmutation process. You may pause this video now for this purpose. This brings us to our conclusion of Energetic Exchange Modality Review and Exercises. Some final thoughts. A starseed may step into this reality from a symbiotic origin but will immediately be challenged to function in a service to self modality. Once tethered to a physical body in this amensalistic modality, the starseed is immediately challenged with a multi-layered cognitive dissonance entrapment. Essentially, it takes a lot of work to overcome the programming and effects of service to self-energetic systems. The only way this is possible is to use the elements of this reality to transmute or alchemize your physical and astral energies back to a symbiotic state in alignment with the cosmic universal law of one. The goal is to reduce the cognitive dissonance of your person sufficient enough to wake your source spark and overcome the lies, deceptions, and entrapments of this reality to achieve true self-realization. It is imperative to get our physical and spiritual bodies functioning as best as possible, so that there is minimal energy spent in maintaining them. Our primary energy and intent should be focused on self-realization and the waking of our true spark. It is time for you to remember. You are spark. You are from source. You are one of many sparks. Your body may be any gender. Your soul may be any gender. Your spark has light from source. Your spark has love from source. You are spark. End of Spark Primer Volume 1.